Good spiel. Opening spiel. Feels like that was an opening spiel. Perhaps.
Yeah, are we in? Oh, hello.
Oh,
So today we're talking about forging your way on the path.
Gonna take some time to be a better man. I'm trying to be a better man, be a better man.
This idea is where we do like a mentorship, peer mentorship, reflection thing. Someone brings a problem to the other person. You've got a mission. Should you choose to accept it, here you go. And then Gandalf has the capacity to also give him that little bit of guidance to get him set off.
It's almost like we've got to give ourselves a nudge through the door.
Yeah.
Like to move to those places where we are called upon to step forward and kind of lead ourselves there, put ourselves in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Because once you're on the path, like the challenges and the obstacles present themselves, and you can never be sure what those challenges and obstacles are going to be when you're sat in the Shire in your comfort zone. But then as you go out, it's like, oh, that's the challenge. And then we learn by choosing how we meet that challenge and by being almost initiated by that challenge and then not giving up, but continuing to forge onwards.
Juicy, man.
Yeah.
Good spiel. Opening spiel. Feels like that was an opening spiel. Perhaps.
Yeah, are we in? Oh, hello.
Oh, don't
So
mind us.
today we're talking about forging your way on the path and overcoming the obstacles.
I think that's a good way in. And you were talking about mentorship, bro. You're going to mentor me today.
What problems have you got?
You don't want to know about my problems, man. Everybody got problems, motherfucker.
I'm carrying some baggage, man.
You don't even know where I'm going to start, man.
Yeah.
What's my problems? Wow. Whoosh. Right, tuning in. I feel a sense that even though I'm leaning in to really step forward and hone my gifts and create something, there's a sense that I still kind of wade around in this like preliminary phase of working it out. Yet it feels like that is still kind of comfort zone, and there's like the invitation to just kind of like step forward and create something and present it, but it feels like a bit of perfectionism that makes me kind of still sit on the sidelines preparing myself and getting my ducks in a row.
And what could you be more specific on what you want to take action on?
I've like birthed ideas for like a course that I want to run, an online course, a coaching program, a mentoring program, and there's like a whole album that is already written that wants to birth out of me, and it seems that there's still a lot of like, okay, I'll do it after I've sorted out the garden, and there just seems to be a lot of procrastination or putting the main thing like very low on the priority list.
And yeah, I'm just feeling the call to just ask you questions because you probably got the answer already there somewhere. So yeah, what do you worry might happen if you were to just go for it and get this out there?
I wouldn't get anyone booked on. It would be a kind of a flop.
And what would that mean to you as a person?
Or that it's like there is this kind of idea that I am actually honing and refining till I get to a level where it's like I'm happy with what I'm offering.
And how are you going to refine without having that feedback people as you put the course out there?
I guess I've been like recording and then listening back and feeling what the flow of the journey would be like to receive, and then being like, oh, it's not quite flowing there and I need to continue refining. So it feels like I am leaning into it.
Inviting you to just, if you go a little deeper into like that feeling of putting yourself out there, basically bearing your heart. This feels like a little baby. This business, this course that you want to put into the world. If you imagine it to be so, and you imagine that you want to keep it protected, you don't want this precious thing to be judged or to be demeaned as worthless, and if no one joins it, it's somehow not good enough. So sit with that for a moment and feel into where in your life, or what in your past, is there any memories that might come up of where in your past you've put yourself out there only to be ridiculed or told that you're not enough? Breathe into that.
Yeah, some things come to mind, yeah.
Share.
Yeah, like sharing music, particularly like one that I'd written. It was quite like a heart-throbby type of kind of heartbroken song that I shared actually at like a talent show in secondary school, and just like a few comments that so, like I remember one guy sharing, kind of like slitting his wrists, like going like, and or like kind of making a creation. And then I remember my friend's dad, like we made this whole album in our band, and my friend's dad was like kind of critiquing it on the way back from the studio, and it felt really like diminishing. And yeah, there's been those times where, do you know what it is? It's like the time after I create something, like it feels very pure when it comes through, and then there's this thing that I deal with afterwards. It's like the lag afterwards of like vulnerability hangover kind of thing, or like comparison, or like that thing that creeps in that really all it wants is for it to be a big hit or to have all these views, and kind of diminishes it and then sees it through a different lens and starts to kind of like demean the purity of the heart of what I create. It's almost like if I just kind of nurture it in my own space, then I feel like I can connect with it, and then somehow when it's out there, it's like a different lens that I'm seeing it through.
Is that because you place an expectation on that creation to, like, say, have so many
I think it's
views,
because then there's like a
Very
third person in the situation that like, and sometimes it doesn't matter how many nice comments I get, it's like this, it just always wants more. It always wants more like feedback, more kind of acknowledgement, more success.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
What happens in your body? Because it does feel like you're offering yourself, showing up vulnerably, putting yourself out there. And what happens in your body when you said about the vulnerability hangover? Can you maybe like just do some form of visual representation of that in your body?
Yeah, it's like a hunched. It's all here.
Yeah, quite mental.
Yeah.
And is that like hunching to try and, it feels like almost you're trying to protect your heart with that. Just breathe into that, feel into that. And maybe there's some sound or something that might want to be released. Where can you feel any tension in your body?
It feels like it's coming out of my throat, and it feels like the very like fact that this is being recorded, and like there's that sense of a third person here that's like bringing some sort of unnaturalness or something that is like the very thing that
Yeah, give that a shake maybe.
I'm kind of facing right now. Like some sort of mask or some sort of like filter, or
like you feel that you're going to be performing to the camera.
Yeah. It feels like this edge of like, what would it be like to really like be looking at that and like, I don't know, just being more real than I've ever been before.
When you say that, what emotion comes in?
It's like a fear, but then like a desire to like break that wall of separation and just kind of like release and just be real.
Yeah, and I can almost see it happening in your body already. Like, what does that look like, Jonny? What does that
It feels like looking directly here.
Yeah. Wow.
And it feels like just speaking as if I'm speaking to you, like there's an alive being here. And like just saying, crazy. This is me, like, hello. I can feel that there's a person receiving this, like a living being, not like an idea or like a sense of like some comparative critique behind that lens. It's like there's a living, feeling being that's like feeling and receiving, and actually that I'm kind of communicating with right now, like I'm in the field of who's going to be receiving this, and like here let's like commune together in this energy, in this space together, and like, yeah, this is real life. It's not some like